coming to you for the first time from PBS is an expose on one of the most crucial places in the Vietnam War, the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
The Ho Chi Minh Trail provided paths for thousands of North Vietnamese to get to the south.
But to first understand the role of the Ho Chi Minh Trail in the war, we need to understand how it first originated. Let's take a look.
The Ho Chi Minh Trail was never really a fixed place to begin with. Before the war, it was used as primitive footpaths for trade. Then, during the First Indochina War, in which Vietnamese nationalist forces fought the French for independence, it began to serve as the role as a communication pathway.
The trail, which was actually a web of tracks, roads, and waterways, measured about 10,000 miles. During the war, about 20,000 soldiers every month used this trail to get to the south. For the North Vietnamese, it was a very useful trail.
Another interesting aspect of the trail is the origin of its name. During the war, the Americans had dubbed it the Ho Chi Minh Trail after the North Vietnamese leader. However, the Vietnamese themselves called it the Truong Son Trail.
During the war, this 10,000-mile-long trail was used to transport supplies like weapons, food, equipment, and troops from the Communist North to the insurgencies in the South. The trail had many parts to it, including rest stops and other facilities that the troops using it could seek refuge in. Many communist forces built dummy routes to confuse the Americans.
The people who walked this trail had to be very physically capable. The trail ran through sparsely populated regions of the triple canopy jungles, dense primeval forests, and rugged mountains, some of which reached up to 8,000 feet in altitude.
And here we are, the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and it is so humid. And as you can see, there are grenade shells literally everywhere.
I am tired already.
Girl, same. This is the same trail that thousands of Vietnamese soldiers had to go across to fight in the war.
The Ho Chi Minh Trail can now be traveled on and explored by those who wish to have a biking adventure. With many tourist sites on the way, there is much to see on this trail, although it does not still have the lush jungle surrounding. There are many precautions to take before traveling on this trail, however, such as an unexploded ordnance or a UXO and the rainy season. It sure can rain here.
The Ho Chi Minh Trail forced the development of a new kind of method of warfare, herbicidal. Americans developed a chemical spray called Agent Orange to kill off the jungle cover of the Ho Chi Minh Trail to make it easier to spot and strike the enemy. Millions of gallons of the substance was sprayed across the country, neither side knowing that the chemicals would wreak havoc on them both.
But the health consequences of chemical warfare were overlooked. Vietnam veterans have suffered from diabetes, leukemia, prostate cancer, respiratory cancer, Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, heart disease, and nervous system diseases, including Parkinson's.
As for the residents of Vietnam, on top of all these diseases, many of the children were born with birth defects, one of them being spina bifida, where the developing fetus's spine closure is incomplete. And symptoms of this disease include weakness, paralysis, skin irritation, abnormal eye movement, as well as many other neurological problems.